everybody. We got a real special set coming up for us. We got Whyachi versus Next.
Very
Whyachi earlier today going up against some pretty good opponents. Had a pretty interesting run to get here. Not going to talk about it much deeper than that though. Next a bit of a demon out here. She is number 1 in Central PA, I believe.
That is correct.
Yeah,
It's true. This one's definitely going to be a heater.
This one's gonna be a heater. A lot of Samus. What does Samus want ever? A lot of probably just kind of wants charge shot a lot of the time. I feel like.
Yeah,
Definitely sure.
a lot of Samus matchups really revolve around playing around charge shot and neutral. It's a very big part. Oh, we had a little thing. Oh,
We good?
are we good?
Stop. Take the stop.
Take this off.
If I was in a situation like that, I think every single time, if it was like mid-game, I'd have them take the stock every single time.
That's all.
You got it. Why have the rule if you're not going to take the stock?
Yeah. But back to what we were saying, a lot of Samus's matchups really come down to that charge shot.
Yeah.
And while Palutena definitely has some counterplay with that counter or with collect. But
Send me those pictures.
but at the same time, it's still such a powerful asset, even if Palutena can go for that defense.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup seems a little tough. I imagine it's probably one of Samus' harder ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Harder, like, top-tier matchup. And I just imagine so often stuff like that's going to happen. It's a character that can get in against Samus, which is obviously Samus likes you at a nice distance. At a comfy range. They don't want you up in front of you. And it really feels like Palutena can just...
Yeah, Palutena can just take free reign over Samus in those closer ranges. At the same time, Palutena also has tools in her kit that allow her to kind of play at a distance as well, primarily explosive light.
Yeah. Palutena can do it all, but sometimes Samus feels like a bit of a specialist, which there's rooms for specialists in meta, but I feel like metas always prefer everyone the characters that can do it all. The generalists.
Yeah. And I mean, both of these characters again are both pretty good at the same time. I mean, they have enough.
I always forget Samus can box.
Yeah, that's one thing that I kind of forgot for a while too. Because, for a while, I would kind of just play against Samus, and I would just be like, oh well, you know what? If I just get in her face, it'll be fine. But then you forget that Samus has like really good normals and really good aerials, and that in itself has like screwed me over in a lot of cases. And every time I face a Samus bracket, it's kind of just like I can't be so confident. Like I always have to second guess myself because Samus can still hold up really well in these closer ranges.
Yeah.
You hear stuff on Twitter like, oh, Samus jab 1, jab 2 is not true, and you think, oh, Samus, terrible.
Garbage. Garbage.
But then, like, you have that huge grab, you have fair, you have down tilt, all these moves that are not as terrible as made out to be.
It's crazy that was an accident that was just turned into a design choice.
Yeah.
They just went, yeah, it'll always be like that from now until the end of time.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I mean, it's looking very even. Next with the percent lead.
Just back for
Not gonna kill.
Kill.
He's like a cheater. It's not a cheater move, but it's like it's a liar. It's like it's one of those moves that just lie to you all the time. It's because early game it was very good.
Yeah, I take advantage of it.
Yeah, I believe they nerfed it like one of the first nerfs in the game actually.
Yeah.
But that Tri-State Twister is still devilish on this character. I love the Tri-State Twister.
Something I remember hearing in one of the patch notes way back when is that Palutena down throw back air was nerfed. Now,
yes.
Do you remember if that's like that's been made up for, if that's still true now?
It's not true on all DIs, but if you DI in, it is still true. So some Palutenas will condition, because I think fair isn't true at that. So I think either it's a conditioning thing or it's like a bad player thing. One of the two. And not to say Whyachi's a bad player that gets hit by it, but it's like, sometimes it's like an autopilot catch, I'll say. Not a bad player thing. That's a little rude to say.
It's a little extreme.
Yeah. It's more of an autopilot kind of thing. Like you want to catch him at the wheel, hold him in. I'm so sleepy. I just want to go to my hotel. I'm tired of my round 1.
Gotta be thinking.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But I mean, this is still very even. I mean, Samus is a character that can kind of blow you up sometimes. It's a little trickier than some characters' ability to blow you up, but Samus is able to do it. You know, one good edge guard.
Oh, there it is.
And that down tilt's gonna take it. Brooke taking it to game 2 with the game lead. What do you think Whyachi's got? What did you see that like Whyachi needed to really work on there? What would you advise of Whyachi to improve on?
Well, right there at the end, we saw Brooke with Palutena down throw, and then tried to dash forward a considerable amount, and then go with fair. But Whyachi also decided to land with fair. So if Brooke chooses to go for back air there, that could potentially be foul.
Yeah. I will say, especially like towards the end there with that falling fair, I feel like Whyachi is definitely playing his disadvantage pretty well for the most part. It's again, it also just comes down to charge shot in this matchup. I mean, granted, there are counters to it. Palu can definitely play around it, but if Whyachi is just more cognizant of how Next chooses to play around it, then we can definitely see something coming out of Whyachi. Also, just keeping Palutena out of the way too. I think just keeping Palutena at an arm's length. And again, circling back to what we said earlier, Palutena can play that, but if Whyachi kind of just like pokes around with Zaire and other options like that to kind of chip up damage over time, I feel like Whyachi can definitely start taking this in his own hands.
Good luck, soldier.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. That they never.
These guys
See, get closer to the mic.
closer to the mic.
Yeah, I mean, it's always
loud and
interesting. Game 2 is such an interesting dynamic. I have always joked that whoever wins Game 2 wins the set. Because in Best of 2, oftentimes Game 2 is just the closer.
True.
But it is interesting seeing people adapt to Game 2 because there's so much more at play. Game 1, it's like a fresh start, so it really is just fundies versus. It's like all natural. Game 2, it's always like, how can you react to what just happened? Yep. Some people tend to crumble. Some people tend to get like crumble. They're like, it's like Game 1. I'm chilling.
Yep.
And then other people, like, they really are able to turn it up. Like, they take that momentum and they're able to run with it. We are actually seeing Next kind of going there, kind of starting to peel away a little with this lead.
True, definitely true. I've often heard that Game 1 is really the down mode now, right? Where you pick up on habits. And something else we saw just a minute ago, I was wondering if Brooke was ever going to pull out that down B reflect for charge shot. Didn't seem to get a whole lot of mileage out of it. But we shall see if she can put it into use. I kind of don't think so, because counter's not the greatest option for me.
I mean, you gotta imagine, that's like break glass in case of emergency kind of option. It's like you want to do it if you're trying to get out of the corner like we just saw her use it there. It's very much like, okay, I'm about to get full screen charge shotted. I gotta pop the counter because I'll probably be safe doing it. That back air is gonna take it. You don't want to call for it, but it is looking like this may be a 3-stock on Brooke's part. But we do want to see Whyachi take it. That dash attack, those invincible moves from Palutena are just so frustrating. I know when I played Palutena in the past, I only ever played Next one time, but I know just whenever one of my moves gets snuffed out by a dash attack or a back air, I feel like it. Boom. But not going to be a 3-stock. We love to see people keeping it close. And like I said, in this game, comebacks are so doable. So many characters in this game are almost designed to make comebacks. Samus, not specifically designed, but her kit is very doable for the comebacks. You're able to just like kind of set up camp. And that back air is going to take it, close it out. The comeback's not going to happen today. Right? Or at least I think this is still best of 2. They're not moving, so it looks like maybe not.
Best of 5 already. Interesting.
Looks like we are in the Bow 5 zone.
True. Yeah.
I actually I want one day in Central PA there to be an all best of 5 tournament.
All best of 5.
I know it's hard, but I think it makes the level of play way higher.
True. A lot more adaptation.
A lot more. Yeah, there's way more room for adaptation. Like, you still see it in best of 3s sometimes, but like it's so much easier. It's not easier, but there's so much more wiggle room to let it happen. And then you can even, like, if you need a complete mental reset, you can throw a game away if you really need to. But like we've seen that happen before. We know that in Summit, Proto Von would switch characters every game against Leo, specifically so he wouldn't be able to adapt to his characters.
See, that's the kind of thing you will not get with best of threes.
Yeah, you don't really get that with best of threes because they're a little one-sided a lot of the time because it's like early bracket is normally when best of threes are out, so it's a little like I thought that Nair would kill. I'm so used to Ganon that I see like someone get touched and then go down a little. I'm like, oh, that's probably death.
Yeah, you're conditioned.
I mentally, this game is ruined for me forever because I just assume my characters are dead most of the time.
Never back down, never give up.
Never give up. Keith, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Ledge Hog, Ledge Trump, which do you prefer? This is unrelated to the set, but that's fine.
I think Ledge Trump is whatever. I don't like Ledge Hog.
You don't like Ledge Hog?
Wow. I think it takes away the value of the ledge and like ledge trapping and ledge play. I think that's really intricate.
I think it adds more value to the ledge.
Adds more.
I think it makes ledge like king of the hill. It's like, oh, you gotta get there first.
Now, I'm not entirely familiar with ledge hogging. Is it that once you hold it, you have to time a get up? Or?
Once you hold it, you have to. If someone else tries to recover against you, they just fall. And it also, or if they're invincibility, your recovery might hit them. If they lose invincibility, your recovery might hit them. But they can also time a get up option, and it'll stay haunt.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that. I think I actually really like ledge trapping.
I like ledge trapping too, but I think room for both exists. Ledge hog. Ooh, Whyachi. Back to the match.
Yeah, got the lead here.
Whyachi bringing the lead together, making some, like we said, with best of 5 adaptations like this are possible. Where in game 1 it can look a little desolate, it can look a little hard to do, but Whyachi here is bringing it back, starting to make it seem not easy, but starting to make it seem doable, starting to make it, putting himself back in that, asserting his will once more, if you will.
Let's see if he gets a little more with those.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get a lot of percent there. Did not know that would hit Ganon ledge hang earlier, by the way.
Up tilt on ledge.
Up tilt on ledge. Did not know. Ganon's the second best ledge hang in the game.
And is that because his hurt box is so low?
His hurt box is so low, yeah. It's only seconded to Sonic's, which I think is like better by 2. Next is doing wow, wanted to just end Whyachi's life there. Back there, not gonna take it.
Not the game.
Kill screens are so big in this game. I love them as an idea, as a conceptually I love them. But so often in this game, they're just liars, and there wasn't even a kill splash for that. But Whyachi keeping himself alive, staying in the game.
He is in this.
He is absolutely doable. Reverse 3-0s happen way more than you'd think. So very, very doable from both players. Miracles can be made. You just got to make them yourself, you know?
You just got to make them happen. You have to have the will.
Yeah.
And I think Whyachi definitely has it. I saw some great adaptation from him off stage, sort of really hugging and going super deep.
Do you think he's looking at notes on his phone, or you think it's like his friend sent him like a meme? He's like, yo, check this out. It's just like the Riz King.
He's loosening himself up during breakup by having a little chuckle. But I would think maybe it's his music.
I forget he listens to music.
I'm guilty of that.
I used to, and I still do sometimes, but I need to either do all or nothing. I can't do both. I can't, like, if I'm listening to music a day, stop.
It's got to be consistent.
It's got to be consistent. In general, bracket, I prefer to have as little like changing variables as I possibly can.
Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of it. I tried a bear trap last week without music for the first time in a while.
Well, that's the one you beat me. Oh, was that?
No, it was the one after.
Oh,
I think it was this Monday.
Is that when you beat me?
I think it was the one before it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, back to the match.
Back to the game.
Next, Brooke is starting to once again put herself back in the lead. Not Dashtag not going to take it, but it is seeming like she's made some adaptations of her own. You know, I can adapt too. You know,
True. Bringing it back.
Nice adaptations, but I got me plenty of those.
Saying no you. We're gonna see great dodge on that charge shot.
Oh, these auto reticles. Wow, those auto reticles just stay back at once.
Yeah.
Do not approach me.
Yeah, they're good. Whyachi has been pretty good historically in this set getting in. I remember the one time he actually parried it and went for a down tilt.
Wow.
Get a hair away from it.
Oh, you didn't even hit it? That's so unfortunate.
It's a shame. It's a really good move.
Very good move. Those down tilts are kind of shiesty.
I would agree. Definitely shiesty move.
Yeah. Oh well. Doing good. Whyachi keeping himself alive in this game. I mean, anything's possible in the world of Super Smash Brothers. Anything can be done. 131 to 60% lead. A stock down is completely within the realm of possibility in this game, especially with how. See that dash attack gonna eat it up. Quick little burst option, keeping him alive, keeping him in the game. What's the option off the back air? Getting the back air.
Good Zaire recovery to dodge that auto roll. Wow. Is that full charge shot or is that medium?
I think that was medium, but I didn't fully see it, so it could have been full charge shot.
At a large medium. Something I do want to see from Whyachi is the punishes habit of Brooks, where she sort of comes back to the ledge, or she just goes high and uses her teleport to land on the platform.
Yeah, Brooks' recoveries have been very good so far, and it would be good to see Whyachi start to cover them. But that does beg the question: is how does Samus cover options like that when you're Samus? I mean, a lot of the times what you want to see that back air, gotta take it. Back throw. Whoops.
I think an option Whyachi might have is actually that charge shot. If he saves out a ledge, then he can possibly jump and be reverse and have it go through both platforms. And he's going to have to get the right height for that, which he sort of messed up a couple of times during this setup. I think he's got that.
I imagine, when I was asking the question, I kind of assumed charge shot would be the answer. It's like, sometimes it's like, what do you think? It's gonna be the kit, the move this character's kit is kind of formed around.
Definitely true. Samus is universal remote.
Yes. One size fits all move.
True. Ooh,
but this back air might. Wow, just calling out the drift. Brooke gonna take it. Whyachi taking the game, keeping it a little even. You do love to see it from the players. A nice competitive set every once in a while.
You love to see it go close. You love to see that.
Next, it sounds like we're gonna get.